Cool. Renan Schillman, VP R&D of TechSee. Thank you so much for spending a little bit more time with me after the last session.
Thank you again.
And yeah, and I'm excited because now I can actually like see how VI platform, VI Studio actually works. Because one of the main concerns from like many companies when it comes to AI is like they're not sure if the business, their organization, their infrastructure is ready for it. Why do you think that people really freak out when they hear the words AI? Like why do they think they need like a team of engineers and PhDs? Like why is it that there's this vision of, I don't know, a sci-fi movie when we speak about AI?
Yeah, because we're familiar with the term AI is basically artificial intelligence, and we are all familiar with the movie industry of robot that taking control over the world and at the end of the day blow us all to hell. But in actually terms, AI is a function, is a machine, is a statistical system that get a certain input and produce a certain output. And you need to train it what is the type of input and output you want for it. And most of the companies are developing their own integrated teams of doing it, compiled with engineers, data scientists that develop complex coding for the training infrastructure, data collection, tagging of the data, serving the modules in production, what we call serving engines. So there's a lot of overlapping and comprehensive ecosystem that you need to get, pay, or develop by yourself in order to serve the term AI in your solution. So it's very scary because it's almost uncharted territories regarding company that AI is not part of their DNA. And we at TechSee try to make the scary terms of AI under the terminology, what I like to call it KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Give a very scary terms and make it very simplified for the common user to generate the big benefit of AI and make AI a little bit less scarier than the terms that we all use and know.
Right. I mean, a big milestone, I guess, for TechSee was like last month launch of like the Vision Intelligence Studio, right? Like the VI Studio, and which is kind of like trying to put computer vision and AI, especially like in customer service teams, just like at the fingertips of everyone. You just don't need like any, self-service, no code, just trying to really simplify that friction, that any type of like friction for companies just to embrace this technology. And
Yeah.
so I guess businesses are ready for it. But what I want to do in this session is to almost like see how simple it is. Try to like give me an idea of how simple it
Mhm.
really is. What does it mean to embrace like this VI platform if you're like in a contact center or in a customer service leadership team that wants to embrace these new technologies?
Yeah, so we need to figure out what type of solution you want to do. So first of all, introduce the VA Studio or the opening screen of the platform is the first screen that you see is what we call the project screen. A project screen is the place where you define the solution that you want to create. So let's say we are some certain telco company that we want to develop a solution to understand port connectivity. And basically, the back panel of the router, the place where you connect the power cable, LAN cable, and we want to provide an AI solution for our clients for them to understand and to analyze if the router is connected in the right order and with the correct cable. So let's start by creating a new project, and we can give the project a name. Let's call it Demo Telco. We can add a description. We will skip that for now. And we need to define the tags that you want to add to the product. Tags is something that we want to say on the full image of the data that we put into the AI training, like we do in Instagram, hashtag, or you tag things on Facebook. So let's call it, I don't know, back. it's one type of tag, if it's back or the front side of the router. And I don't know, let's add white as a color of the router. I don't know, we can add or edit the tags, whatever we like. Component is the type of element that we want to identify inside the image. If you take an image for AI analysis, a component could be the LAN port. A component could be the tel port. A component could be the power port. The attribute is basically some kind of statuses that we want to correlate to the LAN. Basically, if it's a LAN port could be connected and it could be not connected, right? Connected. And we press
So you're
next.
defining the attributes of the item right now.
Okay. We're defining the tags, component, and attributes of this specific project because the project is for the demo of the telco. And then we create a project. We will go into our project. And you see on the screen inside the project, we have several tabs. We can go over it later. But here you have a division of training data and evaluation data. So let's start with the training data and start with creating a folder that we will call it front. Okay. We call the front just like for a file system hierarchy. And let's start and upload some data. So I have some ready-made videos that I want to upload. So I'm starting by uploading 2 videos that I captured with my mobile phone. No specific image capture equipment is needed, no DSLR cameras, simple. Any mobile phone, you need to capture very short 20-second, 30-second videos, and this is enough. After I'm uploading, I can select the videos and press the button Start Tagging. This will open the platform, and now you see here on the left screen, I have 21-second video or 17-second video that I want to auto-tag them. So I will start and add the relevant tags to this video. So this video is a back panel, and it's a white one. Now I will want to tag the element that I want to identify. Let's say I'm circling or putting a rectangle over this LAN. So I see the component here is LAN, and the status of it is connected. Now I can add another one. Let's say here. Still it's LAN, but now it's not connected. Okay? And I can just, for the example, I will add another one. It's not null, it's tel, and it's connected. So I need to go over each and one of them and to say what type of component it's power, and it's not connected. When I finished, all I need to do is to press track. And the system is starting to auto-tag and auto-label all the frames in the video and generate the data from training. And regarding this video, we are done. We finished adding all the information we need, and we can go over to the next video and do the exact same thing. Define the elements, define...
When you say data from training, you mean data to train the machine or the system to learn? That's what you mean?
Yeah. From this experience, I want to identify the second LAN, the second tel, the second LAN, the third LAN, and the power. Let's say this is the solution I want to do to my clients, and this is the, I don't know, the specific location or the specific elements that I need to analyze for me to get an understanding of the situation of the device. I need to know the status of the power cable, the status of these 2 specific LAN, and the status of the second tel. So I can learn each and every port in this device. I can learn any subset of these ports in the device. On this quick demo, I will try and to understand only those 4 ports 2 LANs, 1 tel, and 1 power. And that's it. As you can see, the system started to do tracking. She's automatically understand the videos and create images that are tagged automatically. As you can see, we only tag the first frame of the video, and the system will generate images for training based only the first frame that I tag. So regarding manual effort, is a very low effort to do. This process could take a few seconds till few minutes, and after that, the system will finish do the auto tagging, and we can go to the next phase of what we call QA, or manually verify the output of the auto tagging algorithm to make sure all the images are according to our standards, that are fit and ready for training, and then we can execute the training itself. So we will do everything in this session, don't worry. But meanwhile, while the tracking is finished, if you have any more questions, feel free to,
Yes, I mean,
Jim.
I have many questions actually. So then when you have this information already tagged, then how would like a normal for example, like a contact center use it? Do they use it then to then identify, let's say, like if a customer sends in like a picture via email or via chat, do they then identify what's wrong with it and can either automatically diagnose what's happened, or even like give this as a help to the contact agent so that he knows right away what's wrong with it, because your machine identifies, okay, he plugged this wrong, this is disconnected, like, you've already set up the different parameters. So what happens next? Is it up for the company to see how they use it? Like how,
Yeah, from this raw output of the AI, basically the AI will give you the information for those 4 specific ports, meaning it will say if the tail is connected or not, if the LANs are connected or not, and the power is connected or not. You will then need to take it, or you can develop your own business logic with your own self-service application, use case, chatbot, whatever, or
right,
you can consume the complementary product of TechSee, what we call the visual journey. But again, you can distinguish the business logic. Makes sense if the power port is not connected. Then,
right,
for instance, your device is power off. So for sure you will not have internet connection because the router is power off. Or if I analyzing that the tel cable is not connected, you for sure will not have signal because you are not connected to the supplier. So a lot of things that I think is funny and trivial on the real life scenarios, it's not that trivial because not all people are technical experts or young or has very resemblance to the technology of nowadays. And the thing you think are trivial, like you don't connect the RJ45, the tel cable, then for sure you will not have internet, is not
right.
trivial. So we
No,
want to make
absolutely.
and this is where exactly the places to shine. Takes things that are trivial, or you think it's trivial, understand they are not trivial to all the people in the world, but make a trivial solution.
Yeah, and also especially when you're like in that stressful situation and you see like all these little plugs and you don't have like this visual component where you can actually see where to plug things. And when someone is explaining it to you, it can get really frustrating really fast. It's like, no, you're putting in the wrong one. No, but how do you know if you're not seeing it, if you're not telling me? Trying to guide someone via a phone conversation or via like a written message is so much harder than when you see it in your face with like, this plug goes in this socket. And I just think like that's what's brilliant about this. And my other question is, when you submit more and more pictures, or maybe when customers submit more pictures, does the whole like VI platform become more intelligent? Like, does it take into account like more pictures and more use cases and more images, or is it just the ones that you initially set up as the benchmark for what the product is or the platform is?
No, you can do gradual improvement in the system, the way that when you add more data, you can go to do more iteration of the same training and improve your model over time. So in the meantime, where we can give this tracking to continue in the background, I can show you another demo that I did, like the Bose demo, and you can see that I have two solutions that I developed, buttons and classifier. And if I go into, let's say, one of them, on the version tab, you see the iteration that I did and the accuracy that has improved. So you can see like 61, 62, and or other solution. This is more of like see the orientation. So you can see 73, 73, 88. So the accuracy of the model is progressing and evolving as long as you add more data and do more iteration on it. So the platform is very flexible in the way that you need to identify and define the solution that you want to create. And the solution can evolve over time according to the solution and the extra data you pour into the system.
Brilliant. Great. I mean, do you want me to go back to the share screen to show next thing, to go back to the demo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here you see the process is finished, and you see that we have another folder that's called annotated. And if you will start tagging, now you see the images that came automatically from the auto tag. So all you need to do is to go one by one and make sure everything is okay by pressing save. So it will move automatically. As you can see, these are all tagging that came automatically from the system. We will not tag all of them. We only tagged the ports, and the frames continue progressing automatically by the system. So I only tagged one image and basically generate from it, you see here, 58 images. So I only tagged one and create 58 tagged images, and we need to go one by one and make sure that everything is okay. But currently, everything that I see is perfectly aligned. So is tagged the cable, it tagged here, okay, everything are set perfectly. So the only thing that the manual tagger need to do is to go one by one and make sure that everything is okay and according to the standard, and save. We're going one by one. As you can see, this process is very fast. You don't need a lot of manual labor beside doing
and it's
approval.
Also even like the tagging and the stuff that you did before is something that it seems like you don't need any specific knowledge or skill. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward process to set up your whole, I can do with any product, set the parameters, put the tags, put a title, and it doesn't, you just need like basically like, I guess, TechSee plus an internet connection plus a phone to take the videos or the pictures, and then you can just literally apply to anything.
And that's it. And basically, this is all the tagging effort that you'll need. Now we need to provide and actually start doing the training itself and create a new AA analysis. So let's make it, I don't know, port analysis, okay? And this is a component level analysis because we want to understand specific ports, and we will start add queries. So let's say the first query is an image that need to have the tag black and white, and basically there's all the images. The component is LAN, the attribute is not connected. I can add another query, the same LAN and connected, okay? Same, let's say tel, not connected, tel, connected, and the last one, power, not connected, power, connected. So we're defining that we want a solution that can distinguish if the LAN is connected or not, if the tel is connected or not, and power connected or not. And all we need to do is press start training. Here you see an example that we don't have enough images of tel not connected. So the system help us and protect us, so don't do any mistake that will cause a poor training, okay? So just for the sake of the demonstration, let's make sure that I'm deleting this query.
Right.
Okay. and deleting, we can do like a start new training again. Oh, power not power connected. We don't have images of that. And you see a training has begun. So the system verified that I have enough data to generate the training that I want. So it helped protect us. Now for the demo purposes, we removed the queries that don't meet the minimum requirements, but on real life, I should provide more images and more data to be on the minimum requirements for do the new training. So if we go to the training history, you see that we have a training ports analysis powered by this user. The training is in progress and is creating. And you see on the above port analysis training in progress. So that's it. We did auto tagging bar itself. We start a new training. And at the end of the line, you will have a new AI capability with the measured of the accuracy level of it. And we did all of that in like what, 5 minutes, 7 minutes?
Yeah, in
the
10 minutes.
opportunity is endless.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant. I mean, thank you so much. I think what's most astonishing is the fact that you don't need, it's actually easier to build than to build a website. It is really I think like the way it's been simplified so that you can just take a video. Of course, like you said, for the stuff that there wasn't enough data, you would just do like another video with those parameters, so that line switched off or whatever, and then so the machine can identify it. But it just seems pretty simple and straightforward, so that anyone in that team or company, whether it's like a call center, field agents, anyone at any level of the organization, I guess, that wants to embrace this, is able to run with it and start testing, start creating, start really like including products and features and anything. Like it's very DIY, I guess. Like, everyone is like kind of like, you can do it yourself, to film it, upload it. And if there's like a new model, an iteration with your product, it doesn't matter if it's like a washing machine or a router or like a pair of headphones. You just literally film them, set the parameters, and then let the machines do the work.
The possibilities are endless. It's very similar as you compare it to a pen. So we're developing the pen. Our clients should be the authors that generate their own novels and stories. So we gave them a hell lot of a pen, but I want their imagination to go wild and start to developing AI solution. And this is the only way we will make AI commodity, by giving powerful tools that make a complex problem simple.
Amazing. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. Really, really inspiring. I'd love to actually meet like in 6 months' time or in a year's time and actually see how that imagination using what you have created here translates to like stuff that you never dreamed about, in terms of like, how can that imagination, how people use this platform that you just launched a month ago, how people take it into like the craziest ways, and what type of products they scan, what types of processes they save time in, or what type of customers they really help improving the whole customer journey with this amazing, I guess like industry first you've created in terms of like usability and like completely frictionless, no code solution for vision intelligence. So thank you so much, Renan. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you for that amazing tour, and I'll speak to you very soon.
You too. Thank you very much.
Have a good day. Thanks.
Bye.